Leave a like for nothing. I mean, dude, I'm honest, so leave a like. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new story. And just for a second, imagine you're just chilling in class. You're having a pretty good old time, right? And then all of a sudden, right, this Roblox kid goes to the front of the classroom and just confesses his love via a Roblox video of him doing certain things. Yeah, I can't even really get into it. I know this sounds very vague, but it's really bad. So sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. So anyways, we're going to call a subscriber who submitted this story Bryce. So anyways, there's this kid in Bryce's class who was always playing Roblox. Like, he always sat in the back of the class, and he always had his computer out. He was playing Roblox. I think the teacher kind of knew that this was the case, but there are so many kids in the class, and the teacher was kind of with the mindset, like, if they want to learn, they'll learn, and if not, like, I'm not going to interfere, which I don't know if that's a good mindset or a bad mindset, but either way, it just was how it was. So anyways, he was kind of known as the Roblox kid because every single day, without fail, he would be playing Roblox. Like, if you ever saw him, he would be playing Roblox, and sometimes he'd even have the sound on, which is kind of funny, but whatever, right? And occasionally he would wear like a Roblox hoodie or something, but the reason is, every single day, without fail, this kid was playing Roblox. Like, literally no matter what, he was always playing Roblox. So we're literally skipping right towards the juicy part. I mean, the whole thing's the juicy part, but we're getting to it right away. They had a presentation this Thursday, and we're actually going to jump to Thursday. This was a history class, and they were studying, the Civil War, and each of them was supposed to go up and present a slideshow of just like something that happened in the Civil War. It could be a battle, it could be a general overview, it could be a character piece, like you could do one about the life of Abraham Lincoln. These kids were given weeks to do it, right? So anyways, the subscriber Bryce goes up and he speaks about the Battle of Gettysburg or whatever. A little fun fact, in 8th grade, I actually went to go to see the Gettysburg and like the battlefields and all that cool stuff with my class. It was a really cool time. But anyways, right, Bryce goes up there, he does a good job with his presentation, and the next person to be called up is the Roblox kid. And normally I save like very interesting stuff like this for later on. I'm blessing you guys because we're jumping straight into the cringe. Actually, I don't know if I'm blessing you guys or if I'm cursing you guys because we're jumping straight into the cringe. And when I say straight into the cringe, I mean legitimately straight into the cringe. Like, this is bad. So just prepare yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually because this is going to be quite the experience, to say the least. So anyways, the Roblox kid goes up to the front of the classroom. And everyone's kind of just looking at him, right? And he flips on his presentation, and from the very start, actually no, in the very start, it looked normal because it was an image with text on it that says, like, the life of Abraham Lincoln by Roblox kid. He obviously said his real name, but for the sake of this, the life of Abraham Lincoln by Roblox kid. Immediately, the first slide is like the goofiest thing ever. So Bryce is looking at it, and on the first slide, it is a Roblox character with a top hat on, and there's an arrow pointing to him, and then text that says Lincoln. And then there's more text that says, Lincoln was a good guy. Lincoln was a president. And then, and the Roblox kid went up there and is literally just reading out, Lincoln is a good guy. Lincoln was a president. And then he goes to the next slide, and it is, dude, this is the funniest thing ever. It is the Roblox character of Lincoln, but his head is on the ground. It's like decapitated from his body. And the next slide says, Lincoln died. It literally just said, Lincoln died. Okay, at least he didn't say like Lincoln took the ratio, young boy's better than Lincoln. At least he wasn't like going like that, right? But he was like, Lincoln died. Literally, no context. Who was he shot by? He was shot after Revolutionary War. Did it happen in a movie theater or like not a movie theater? You know what I mean? A theater. Well, was like, who was the name of it? No, just Lincoln died. And then it was a photo of a Roblox character with his head on the ground decapitated and an arrow pointing to him saying, it literally an arrow pointed to it and said died. Not here lies Lincoln from whatever, right? It just says died. So the entire class is like holding back laughter because this is like the worst presentation on planet Earth. Because like, oh look, these kids are like in 6th or 7th grade or something, so it's not like they're coming out with college PhD thesis type things. These are not dissertations that are being dissected by other professors, right? Sure, whatever. It's a little slideshow presentation. However, most people had pictures and a lot of text, and the pictures were not Roblox characters with arrows pointing to them saying Lincoln or not Lincoln. But here's the thing. It gets so much worse. So much worse that you guys probably won't even be able to comprehend how bad it is, right? So the next slide, I don't even know if I comprehend how bad this is. The next slide is just text. So just a little recap. We've had 3 slides so far. The first one saying the life of Abraham Lincoln. The second one being a Roblox character with a top hat saying this is Lincoln. He was cool. He was chill. He was a chiller, right? The next slide was the Roblox character with his head on the floor saying he died, lol. And then the next slide says, okay, let's talk about something much more important. So at this point, Bryce was sitting in the classroom. He's like, bro, much more important. This is your presentation, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you trying to sabotage yourself here? Because it definitely feels like it. And, everyone in the class was kind of confused. And for some reason, the teacher wasn't stopping the Roblox kid. I think the teacher was kind of hoping that the Roblox kid, like the first couple of slides were like a joke. And while the teacher didn't find it very funny, the teacher was hoping that the Roblox kid was going to make a bit of a recovery. So I bet the teacher at this point thought, oh, okay, well, the Roblox kid was obviously kidding. Like, he's saying, let's talk about something more important. He's probably going to go over to talking about the life of Abraham Lincoln. No, the teacher and everyone else was unfortunately wrong, because the Roblox kid goes on to just do the most insane thing I've ever seen. And you guys, look, I told you before to buckle in for the cringe. You guys got to strap in for the cringe. This is an atomic blast of the cringe. So you have to lay straight down on the floor. Make sure it doesn't destroy your lungs and eyes and everything. All your internal organs don't turn inside out with this. So just prepare yourselves. So anyways, the Roblox kid clicks onto the next slide. And it is a video. So you know how in Google Slides you can click onto a video? It is an unlisted YouTube link. So he clicks into it and it goes over to YouTube. And all of a sudden, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it. Guys, I think I'm going to pass away from the cringe, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to help me survive. Anyways, so all of a sudden, the song What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction? Yeah, that starts playing. And everyone is super confused because Bryce knows for a fact that this was definitely not music to fit the timepiece. Yeah, I don't think this is Civil War Abraham Lincoln music. I don't know, man. This just doesn't really seem like it. And all of a sudden, while that song, the What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction is playing, a video appears on screen of the Roblox kid Roblox character. And it's a screen recording of him running around this map with text appearing on the screen. You know how it's you can have your Roblox character have a text bubble? I don't know if that's actually true. I don't really play it myself, but I've seen meme images or whatever. So at first, the Roblox character is just saying the words of the lyrics. So he's you're insecure, not sure what's for. Dude, I'm not looking at the lyrics right now. Turning heads when you walk through the door or something like that. Okay, you know the song I'm talking about. I butchered the lyrics, but in all fairness, I'm trying to get them from the top of my head, and I haven't heard that song in a year or last night, either one. But yeah, so everyone is super confused. Bryce kind of turns to his friends. The teacher's just okay. I'm going to let this play because, I don't know where this is going. But everyone is realizing that this is going downhill extremely quickly. And no one realizes, why this, where this is actually going. Until, after, a little bit of the Roblox characters, dancing on screen and, singing the lyrics to the One Direction song. Eventually, right? Eventually, the Roblox character, it zooms in on him, and the music's still playing in the background, but the text is no longer, the text of the song. It is, so there's a girl who we're going to call Eve in this class, and she's sitting in the front row. Rest in peace, Eve, bro, because she's about to get slammed by the Roblox kid, completely embarrassed in front of everyone. So, the text on screen of the Roblox kid's presentation turns from saying the One Direction lyrics to saying, I have a super important question for you, and then Eve, her name appears on screen, and everyone, dude, I feel bad for this girl, because, as soon as her name appeared on screen in this dumpster fire of a presentation, literally everyone, including the teacher, turned their heads to look directly at her, which is such a tough situation, because, bro was just existing, bro was just chilling, trying to, live life or whatever, And then all of a sudden, she just gets completely destroyed, gets a left hook to the face. Like, you just simply hate to see it, right? And all of a sudden, like, the text on screen turns to, like, Eve, will you go out with me? And it says this for, like, 5 seconds. And Bryce, even though it was only on screen for, like, 5 seconds, Bryce says that this is probably the longest 5 seconds of his life. He's never seen a 5-second duration go by any slower. And all of a sudden, right, the Roblox character on screen starts doing like a break dance, like it is the worst thing I've ever seen. I will say that there are worse ways to ask out girls, and if this video gets 1,000 likes, I clear 1,000 likes all the time, but if this gets 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours, I will tell you the worst story of how to ask out a girl, and it's from me. It is a personal story. So you better smash like right now, and I will do it. I'm a man of my word. It is embarrassing, it is terrible, it is awful, but it is funny, and if it gets more engagement on the video, then I'll sell my soul for anything anyways. So yeah, the Roblox character is like breakdancing in the background, and remember, this is during a history class presentation on the frickin' Civil War. And all of a sudden, there's just a Roblox character breakdancing while the Roblox kid, literally, I don't know if dude thinks he was asking to marry her, because the Roblox kid gets on one knee, and everyone's like, what is this kid doing? Roblox kid gets on one knee, and like, I don't know why he was on one knee, but he was. I think he saw like a movie where someone proposed, and he's like, oh, this is how it works. He's like, Eve, will you be my girlfriend? And while this is happening, like a really poorly edited in audio, so it's really grainy audio of like What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction is looping in the background while there's a video of this Roblox character breakdancing on screen. Like, it is the biggest dumpster fire anyone has ever seen. Everyone at this point is completely shocked. Real quick, if you made it this far into the video, comment Roblox down below. That'll be the secret word of the day. I'll try and heart a bunch of the comments. I can't always, because look, full-time college student as well, also trying to have a life. However, it's not that hard for me to go through and heart a bunch of them, so if you comment Roblox, I'll do my best to do that. And also, if you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is after you're done watching this video, go ahead and binge watch a bunch of videos. And please let me know in the comments section how many videos you watched today or this week, because when you watch my old videos, it helps the channel get promoted more, which helps our community grow, and it's awesome. It's great. I just want to say thank you. So let me know in the comment section if you are doing that so I can say thank you personally. Yeah, so just a little recap of what is happening. And by the way, prepare yourself for the cringe, because it's pretty bad at this point. But anyways, the Roblox kid has gone up to give a presentation on Abraham Lincoln. The first 2 slides were crappily edited in Roblox characters, where the first one just has a top hat, and the second one just has his head fallen off, right? So not super great. And then it converts to like, let's talk about something more important. And then it's a video of his Roblox character running around, screaming out the lyrics to One Direction's like, What Makes You Beautiful. And then it turns to the Roblox character breakdancing while the Roblox kid goes on one knee and asks this girl out in front of everyone. So yeah, at this point, like, Bryce is just like so shocked and confused, because dude, this all happened within the span of like 2 minutes. And the Roblox kid is like, yeah, so at this point, you know, I don't know, Bryce just wasn't expecting anything like this to happen. Like, he's just like, this all happened so quickly, just for context. Like, 1 second in, this happens. The next second in, like, or like 1 second in, they're all doing like Civil War presentations. The next second in, this Roblox kid is trying to ask out this girl with a Roblox dancing icon, and he's down on one knee. And it's just like a huge mess. It's just like, dude, what is even going on at this point? And yeah, it is the most awkward.
Oh my God, it's Connor Pugs. I've never seen your face in real life. You're so sexy.
Dude, how do these fans keep getting in? Security! Security! Anyways, guys. Yeah, anyways, so at this point, the teacher is starting to realize what is going on. Like, the teacher, like, is kind of snaps to it. And remember, the Roblox kid is literally is literally on one knee, and is just like, will you go out on a date with me? And, poor Eve, bro. Like, everyone's just looking at her. And the teacher goes up to him, is just like, what is wrong with you? Like, the teacher full on says, what is wrong with you? Which, like, the teacher's not wrong, dude. Like, what is wrong with this kid, bro? Like, can't be going up to people in class and just, like, asking them out when you're supposed to be doing the life of Abraham Lincoln. Like, it's a little bit different. And the Roblox kid is like, you're a hater of my love. You're a hater like John Wilkes Booth or whichever one shot Lincoln. You're a hater just like him. I'm like Lincoln. You're like John Wilkes Booth, and you're shooting me in the head metaphorically. And the teacher's like, why didn't you say that in your thing? It's like, because the teacher started to like freak out because the Roblox kid actually knew the history. He actually knew who shot Abraham Lincoln. He knew the context, but bro decided not to put it in his presentation because he was too busy doing like, dude, he was too busy doing Roblox dances to ask out this girl. So at this point, the Roblox kid is like, you can't stop me. You can't stop me and my love. And at this point, Eve just has her head down on the desk like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. And everyone feels so bad for her, but they're also just so curious, like what is going on with the Roblox kid, right? So at this point, the Roblox kid, like the teacher starts walking towards the Roblox kid because the teacher's going to escort him to the front office. But the Roblox kid says, no, I must have an answer. You can't take me away. So the Roblox kid starts to run around the classroom. So the desks are kind of in just imagine a normal classroom. So the Roblox kid starts weaving in and out between the desks. He's just kind of like dodging in between the desks, sliding under chairs, knocking stuff over. And while he's doing this, right, because like the teacher's starting to close in on him, but the teacher's not gonna slide tackle him, dude. He knows better. But while he's doing this, he's shouting like, Eve, do you hear me? Eve, will you be my Roblox girlfriend? Eve, will you be my Roblox girlfriend? And at this point, Bryce is like, oh my God, what is going on right now, dude? What is going on? And the Roblox kid is just kind of like jumping around, jumping. And at this point, right, I think Eve is starting to realize that if she doesn't say, like, this is a terrible position, and I feel really bad for her because, like, dude, you definitely don't want to.
Thing. Oh, are you recording right now?
Yeah, my balls are actually, I got my set of balls in on Amazon. Wait, they can't hear this. No! We've had a lot of lore in today's video, like a lot of, anyways though, so at this point, the teacher is just like, he's running after the Roblox kid. The Roblox kid is running back and forth, and I think Eve at this point kind of just knows that she needs to say something, so she kind of like stands up, which is tough for her, because like this is obviously super embarrassing. She stands up and says, I'm sorry, like, I don't think we should, like, go on a date or something. Or, like, I have to decline. However she said it very politely. She said it very nicely. And, the Roblox kid stops running. And that's when the teacher catches up to him and kind of grabs him. And the Roblox kid literally slumps on the floor. Almost like he was shot with, like, a tranquilizer dart, dude. Like, he just slumps on the frickin' floor. Like, he's just down for the count. And, everyone is kind of looking around because it's like, what do we do about this? And the teacher is like, come on, get up. And the Roblox kid's like, no, when my heart is broken, my legs are broken too. Like, kid is being super melodramatic. Apparently, he's never even talked to this girl, the one that he asked out in front of the whole class. He's never spoken to her once. He just saw her once and was like, oh, this girl's pretty. Let me ask her out during my Abraham Lincoln presentation, because that makes a lot of sense, right? And the kid's literally slumped on the floor. He's like, no, my broken heart has paralyzed my entire body. Meh. And the teacher's like, dude, get up. He's like, no, I will get up when she says yes. And at this point, the teacher's like, hell no. Because, like, the teacher, she's already in a terrible situation. You got some weirdo in front of everyone being like, go on a date with me now or else. And then all of a sudden, this kid decides that he is also going to pull if she doesn't go on a date with me, I'm just going to be collapsed on the floor forever. Feel bad for me, guys. Like, no, that's definitely, like, he's drawing the line there. We're not letting this one slide. Yeah, basically, right? So the teacher pulls him up, because the teacher, he can't be too physical with this kid, because he can get in trouble and lawsuits and whatever. But he grabs the kid by the scruff of his collar and, like, yanks him up and is like, you've been distracting enough today. Like, you caused enough drama. You caused enough trouble. You're going to the front office with me. So he drags him out to the front office. And afterwards, the classroom is just dead silent. Until one guy who's sitting next to Eve kind of speaks up and says, I'm so sorry. And literally after that kid says, I'm so sorry, the whole classroom, dude, including Bryce, chimes in to say, yeah, that's so that's so tough. I'm so sorry about that. If you need anything, like, everyone was being so nice to her because they realized this, like, dude, like, this is the day of a presentation. This is already kind of a stressful day, but everyone kind of knew that, like, Yeah, no, I mean, no one wanted this, and she definitely did not ask for this. And like, if this happened to any of them, they would have known that they would have just like they would have had the worst day ever. So yeah, everyone was super nice to Eve after that point. The Roblox kid did get in trouble. He obviously he would have failed his presentation, but the teacher said, I'm going to give you another chance to redo the presentation. And he did, and the presentation actually wasn't that bad. But the kid didn't get a great grade because the teacher's like, I'm not going to give you a great grade even if the presentation's really good, but just feel lucky I'm giving you a chance to try at least again. So yeah, moral of the story is don't ask out your crush via your Abraham Lincoln presentation and with a Roblox video dancing to One Direction, going on one knee, and run. Dude, I think the moral of the story
Click on the
is pretty
video on
clear.
screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.
In today's subscriber story, this Roblox kid who is being a jerk to a lot of people gets absolutely destroyed when he tries to be a jerk to this girl, and it was hilarious. So there's this kid, right? And he's known as the Roblox kid. And he's not known as the Roblox kid because he, is just a big fan of Roblox, just plays the game a lot, enjoys the game. You're totally free to play the game and enjoy the game and not be called a Roblox kid. For example, I'm not going to call you a Minecraft kid just because you play Minecraft, man. That's just not how it works, right? Roblox kid has a certain connotation to it that, like, you're doing a lot of stuff along with liking Roblox. For the duration of this story, I'm just going to call this guy Roblox Kid, right? So Roblox Kid had a history of terrorizing people in my subscribers class. If you don't know, a subscriber sent in the story. You can always do that. Link in description. All that information's down there. Anyways, right? So this guy, known as like the Roblox Kid, had been terrorizing my subscribers class ever since he transferred to his school about a month ago. This story took place in like the very beginning of the year, and this new kid transferred in, and no one really knew what, he was going to be like. And the thing is, when you have like a kid transferring in and like he doesn't know a lot of people, of course you want to be nice to them. If anything, I encourage you to be nice to them. So everyone in my subscribers class, including my subscriber, he was very nice to this new kid, and like they didn't know him as the Roblox kid who like was menacing and terrorized people yet. They just knew him as like, just a kid, right? Just a new guy who's probably doesn't know a lot of people, who probably isn't feeling so good, right? And it's only within the first couple days that they start to realize that something is up. The first thing the Roblox kid did wasn't really necessarily a bad thing that made him a menace. It just started off on the wrong foot, right? So all these kids, they wanted to follow this guy on Instagram because, you want to connect with him even if you don't see him a lot out of school. You want to make him know that, like, everyone in the new school that he just transferred to is like really open to him and is really open to, new people coming in. They want to make him feel welcome. So they all decide to go follow him on Instagram. So they look up his name, and obviously his name's not Roblox Kid, even though I will be calling him that. And they find his Instagram account. But what they find on the account is a little bit weird, I'm just going to be honest. So those kind of like Roblox Kid cringe videos that like Poncho and Pegasus and Tagswag and those people would do? Those types of posts, like those like TikTok posts that like they reacted to? Those were the type of posts that this kid posted unironically. And ever since then, he kind of gained the reputation as the Roblox kid, because he would post stuff that was just like, oh boy. Like he posted one of those videos where it was like, I'm talking in my real voice, and he's obviously not talking in his real voice. He's talking in some kind of like fake deep voice to make him sound all cool and like, oh my god, the ladies are gonna love me now, man, because I'm talking in this weird voice. So like, here's the thing. While that was all pretty cringe to them, they're like, oh my god, right? It doesn't mean that he was a bad guy. It was what he did next that definitely solidified himself as being known as a bad guy. So right after, some people follow him on Instagram, they see like some kind of weird posts or whatever, they aren't necessarily like going to not try and make him feel welcome. They still decide like, okay, this might be a little weird, but we don't really care. Like, sure, man can like enjoy posting weird stuff, but we're still going to be nice to him, right? So it's a couple days in the class, and over the first couple days, Roblox Kid was kind of just kept to himself, right? He was just kind of like shy. He wasn't really saying anything, but he definitely grew comfortable really quickly, which normally is a good thing, but in this case was not a good thing. Yeah, so basically, right, within a week of Roblox Kid being in class, the teacher would say something and he would just laugh. And the teacher would look back and say like, oh, what's so funny? Like, what joke did I miss? And the Roblox Kid would say, nothing. And people just were like, okay, that's a little strange, right? That's a little weird. And he just kept doing that. But then he started to do it when like someone would like say an answer, like the teacher would be like, does anyone know what whatever is, right? And someone would answer and the answer would be wrong. And he would let out a little laugh, right? And the teacher would be like, what's so funny? He's like, nothing. And he would just keep doing that, right? And he especially did it when people were like somehow a little bit vulnerable. Like, you said an answer and it was wrong. And he would make sure to just sneak a little laugh in there. Quickly, if you enjoy Storytime videos, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's it, back to the story. The level of snarkiness coming from Roblox Kid only increased every single day he was there. And at one point, someone came in with like an outfit. I think it was some guy, and he was wearing green on green, which, yeah, neon green, like top with a neon green bottom normally isn't the move. Look, I'm not a guy who like knows a lot about fashion, but even I know that like probably, wearing neon green on neon green probably isn't the hottest look ever, and all the ladies aren't going to be fawning over you. But when this guy came in, Roblox Kid looks at him, kind of like gives this little laugh, and then is like, and he turns to the guy and he's like, do you need to have your eyes checked, buddy? And then the guy's like, what do you mean? He's like, looks at the outfit. He's like, do you see what you're wearing? The guy's like, I got out of bed late. I just threw on what I had on. And then people kind of like looked back and they're like, oh, that was a little aggressive, man. Like that was a little aggressive for literally no reason, dude. Like, yeah, the guy didn't have the greatest outfit of all time. Like, lock him up. Like, okay, it's just class, bro. Like, no one else cares. Why do you have to have such an attitude? What did he do to you? And just after that point, the snarkiness and like backsided comments and just kind of like Roblox Kid being like a massive jerk, it just kind of like went up every single day, and it got worse and it got worse and it got worse. For example, a couple weeks in, like after he had that last comment to the kid and was just being snarky and laughing at people, right? So in the very beginning of class, before class started, kids kind of like sat down and like the teacher was kind of getting the stuff together. But Roblox Kid was sitting kind of near this girl, and he kind of like looks over, he says, hey, and she's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, are you wearing makeup right now? And she's like, no, I'm not wearing makeup right now. And he's like, maybe you should. So that comment was like, first of all, I just want to say to the guys out there, never say anything like that to like a girl, or really don't say anything like that to anyone in general. Like common decency, but like, I don't care if you think you're funny, man. Like, it's going to really have a negative impact on someone. And in this case, it did. Like, when he said that to the girl, like, she already was having, like, her own insecurities. Look, a lot of people, like, around their age, I don't know exactly, like, what grade this guy, the subscriber who sent in the story was. I'm probably going to say, like, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Probably, like, late middle school, early high school. That's when you're most... Honestly, bro, that's when you're like your most insecure over everything. When you think all these things matter, and words like this, it's really going to go a long way. This girl ends up running out of the classroom, like crying, and like her friends go running after her. And this is the first time that the teacher actually does have to get involved and like talk to the Roblox Kid. He's like, Roblox Kid, obviously he says his name, but we're going to say, Roblox Kid, like go down and see the principal, like go to the principal's office, like, I heard what you said. It was unacceptable, because he was close enough to the front of the classroom now where he sat, because he didn't sit in the same seat every day. He decided to terrorize a new person every single day by sitting in a new seat and also disrupting the assigned seats. If you know what that is, then you know that that's criminal behavior. But anyways, he was close enough to the front of the classroom that the teacher's like, I heard what you said, go to the principal's. So when Roblox Kid went to the principal, apparently the principal said, since this is your first offense, like, we're not going to give you a punishment, but basically, no, you're on very, very thin ice. And next time we hear of something like this, you're going to be suspended. And so the Roblox Kid's like, okay, like, I'm so sorry. It was just a little mistake. Like, I'm having a bad day. Trying to, like, weasel out of it, and also pretending like he has not been doing this for months on end to basically everyone. But anyways, right, from this point on, you might be thinking, okay, did Roblox Kid actually improve? Did he become a better person? No. He was just more careful when he was being a jerk to people, right? He didn't do it in front of the teacher. And he was also a little bit more careful who he did it to. But this didn't mean that he wasn't like continuing on his tirades of terrorizing people, as being a jerk, right? He started sitting more in the back of the class and he started making his comments then. He also started making comments in the hallway with people. For example, someone would walk out of like a class, like his class with him, and they would have gotten like a pretty bad grade on the test. And as they were walking out, the Roblox kid would be like, to all the people around him, like he'd say really loudly, he's like, I can't believe you got a whatever score on that test. Maybe study next time. Roblox kid probably failed the test, dude. Like, we're gonna be honest. He was too busy making those hey there baby girl Roblox edits to get like 3 likes on TikTok, but like he needed to make sure that it was everyone else's business that the guy next to him failed the test. Right, so you might be thinking like, Connor, this story is kind of depressing. Like, this guy just is like a terrible person to everyone and he just keeps on getting away with it. And let me just say that like, if there was no good ending to the story, if there was not like a satisfying conclusion, I would not be telling the story, right? Just hold out a little bit longer. Trust me. The ending is good, and karma, baby. Karma is sweet. But before we get to the sweet, sweet ending, I'm going to interrupt this video to tell you that the secret phrase of the day is tree. So if you made it this far into the video, comment tree down below. I want to see how many people actually made it this far, and I appreciate you if you do. So there was this girl in the subscribers class. Let's call her Ashley, right? So Ashley was known as like, being like very nice, very like kind and respectful. At least when you were being kind and respectful to her. But she was also known for like standing up to herself and standing up to herself firmly and like really well. Like if you tried to come and like roast her, man, you were going to come out scorched. That is not a flame fight you want to enter into. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. Ashley was something else, but she was also very kind and respectful and was a good, very solid friend that like, she was just an overall very good person, as long as you were a good person to her. She really had a whole eye for eye mentality when it came to stuff. And let me just say that Roblox kid, since he was still kind of new to the school, he didn't know Ashley's reputation. But he also kind of like got a sense that she was had a little bit tougher skin. So he decided that she would be the next victim of like his like, his basically his being a jerk, right? His trolling, right? She was going to be the next victim because she probably wouldn't break down crying and get him in trouble and get him suspended. But she would also be like, she would be a perfect target. Little did he know this was a huge mistake. So one day, the Roblox kid went up to Ashley when they're leaving class, and he just like kind of looked at her, and he's like, "Hey, ugly," and she didn't respond, and he's like, "Oh, I'm talking to you." Oh, it's just like something really stupid and lame, but like just really just trying to come for her. And she kind of looked at him, and she kind of like smirked and said, "You're gonna regret that, buddy." And he kind of like was like taken aback a little bit because like people had either been like go away or like they'd start crying or they'd just be like, bro. They never like smirked and said, "You're gonna regret that." He didn't think much of it after that, at least for a while. But let me just say that like that was the beginning of his downfall. He should not have messed with Ashley, bro. So coincidentally, wink, wink, nod, nod, right? The Roblox kid starts talking about his new girlfriend, right, that he meets on Roblox. And he's talking about how like, oh man, I met someone who's perfect for me. Like, you guys suck. You're all single. LL plus ratio plus young boy better. Like saying that in real life, like something you would actually do, right? Like was this every single day was telling everyone he possibly could about the girlfriend he met on Roblox and how he's so much better now than them because he's in a relationship and they're not. So one day, right, he comes into class and just like, he's just going off on someone. He's calling someone ugly. He's calling someone stupid, right? And then he's also bragging about not being single. And then Ashley comes up to him, right? Out of nowhere, after about 3 weeks since their last encounter. So Roblox kid has not thought for a second about about Ashley. And he's like, oh, what's up, ugly? Because he remembered his joke. And she said, "What's up?" And then said something very specific, and his face just went super cold. And the subscriber doesn't remember exactly what she said, but apparently, right, what she had said was word for word what his Roblox girlfriend said to him like the night before. And he's like, "Oh, what?" And then before he could say anything, Ashley kind of turned to people, like turned to the class before the teacher was there, because they got there a little bit earlier before the teacher some days, and this was one of those days. And she turns to everyone and she's like, "You know this girlfriend that he's been talking about for the last like week? Well, that was me. Get trolled. Get roasted. And the Roblox kid is like, that's not true. And she said, all right, open up Roblox. He boots it up. He's like, right? And then he boots it up. She opens up her like laptop, or I don't know if you can have an app for Roblox. Let's just say she opens up her laptop. I think that's what she did, right? This is what I'm told. And basically, she just sends him a message. And he receives it. He's like, packs up his stuff, just walks out of the class. Walks out of the class. He's not back for the entire day. And apparently the next day he came back and he was just silent. And for the rest of that week, he was silent. And for the rest of that year, he wasn't silent. Like, he spoke in class and tried to speak to people a little bit, tried to make friends. But basically, he was done being a jerk to people because he got absolutely decimated. If you enjoyed today's story video, consider watching another one. Watching old story videos after watching this video really helps the channel. And if you want an easy place to find all the story videos I've made, top link in the description is a link to my Storytime playlist, which will have all the stories. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Today we have a story about an arrogant kid who got absolutely humbled incredibly quickly by his crush. Enjoy. Subscribers said in this story, we're going to call him Mason, right? So Mason was in class, and there's this kid in his class. We're just going to call him Roblox kid. And by the way, disclaimer, right? I know there's already people typing in the comment section right now, Connor, I play Roblox. Does that mean I'm a Roblox kid? I hate you. I'm going to unsubscribe. Once again, similar to when I call people Minecraft kids, look, I love Minecraft, and if you love Minecraft, cool, me too. You're not a Minecraft kid. If you like Roblox, you're not a Roblox kid. If you want to know who a Roblox kid is, look up the videos that like Poncho or Pegasus made. Those are Roblox kids. And this kid was a Roblox kid. Anyways, right, he wasn't just a Roblox kid. He was super arrogant. He was super full of himself. And he just loved telling the entire class about how many women he got, how he was just the king of women. And here's the thing, guys. Sit down on my lap. Actually, don't. That could be weird. Sit down on my metaphorical lap. Or chair next to me, that's a lot less weird. Sit next to the metaphorical chair next to me, right? And learn a little lesson, right? If someone keeps bragging about their game, if someone can't stop talking about how many women they get, but you've never seen them actually, even talk to someone, even talk to like another guy, not even a woman, like it has never even spoken to another human being before, right? If there's literally not a single moment of evidence besides what they say, I'm going to give you a little spoiler. I'm going to cut to the chase for all of you guys. Yeah, they probably are just full of it, like 100% full of it. Anyways, right, so Mason is in class, right, one day, and he happens to sit down, and the Roblox kid, he sits down next to Mason, and Mason is, like, friendly enough with the Roblox kid. Mason's a good kid. He's not going to be a jerk for no reason. So anyways, right, Mason's like, yo, what's up, like, whatever, and the Roblox kid's like, hey, just done bagging some tens, bagging some hotties. Complete cringe. Don't say that, okay? Don't unironically say that. Even ironically saying it is like kind of skirting the line of like complete cringe. I don't know. He's like, yeah, I was just like, typical day, man. Just got another 10. Like, they can't stop hitting me up. By the way, these kids were in like 7th grade or whatever when this happened, which is pretty funny. I'm not saying, I know I got a lot of people that are probably in 7th grade watching. I'm not like coming for you. I was in 7th grade, actually a wonderful period of my life. Actually, you know what? I don't care if you're in 7th grade. I don't care if you're in 12th grade. I don't care if you're in college. I don't care if you're the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. I don't care if you're like a grandfather. Please do not say, I've been bagging hotties. I've been getting 10s. Just don't say that for me. If you're not going to say it for you, don't say it for me, dude. Anyways, right, so the Roblox kid is like completely mouthing off to Mason about how he's so many women are just flooding his DMs, man. He just can't hold them back. Like the female species is just, they're just lustful to him. They're just always on top of him. They can't let him go. At this point, Mason's like, bro, like for real, like that definitely isn't real. he's like, nah. The Roblox kid looks Mason square in the eyes, and he like leans in a little bit, and he looks around the classroom, and he's like, Mason, look around you. Mason looks around him, sees like all of his classmates, and he's like, hey, Mason, these lustful women, Mason, they won't leave me alone. They want me,
They want me, Mason. At this point, Mason's like, hey, yo, bro, like, stop.
Class, there was also this girl, we're just gonna call him Roblox Kid's crush. I don't really feel like giving her a name. I just want to juggle too many names. I mix them up, and you guys always remind me in the comment section, so I just don't feel like it. We got one name, we got Mason, we got Roblox Kid, we got Roblox Kid's crush, so we're just gonna call her the crush. Anyways, right, so the Roblox Kid starts talking about this girl specifically, the crush. And, Mason is actually, like, he's not friends with the Roblox Kid necessarily. I would say he's acquaintances. He's not buddies. He's, like, he's working friends. Like, he's work friends. Or school friends, because they're not at work, right? But sometimes school friends implies that you're closer than you actually are. I feel like work friends adequately implies that, like, you just get along with each other because you're in the same place doing the same thing you don't really want to be doing. But anyways, right, he's kind of known about the Roblox Kid's crush for a while, and, he doesn't know her that well, but he definitely knows that, like, no offense to Roblox Kid, but she is definitely out of his league. Unfortunately, right, Roblox Kid starts to go on this tangent to Mason, poor Mason, right? Roblox Kid starts talking about how his crush, right, how we could totally pull her, dude. Like, no questions asked, no problems, no issues at all, actually. 100% guaranteed, 1,000%, 100% guaranteed win for a Roblox Kid. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. 100% win. And he keeps going off about how he can totally get his crush, and how his crush, he actually starts, like, changing it. He doesn't just talk about how he, his crushie will totally love him, right? Will totally fall for him if he, like, says anything or even starts talking to her. Because, right, at this point, Roblox Kid had not even spoken to this woman, right? But he changes the conversation a little bit. You know what he starts doing, guys? You know what he starts saying? He starts talking about how she is actually secretly in love with him. Yeah, no, I'm not even, I wish I was joking. I wish I was kidding. I wish this wasn't real life. I wish the Illuminati had reprogrammed my mind to just interpret reality backwards, but no, this is real life. He actually started going off about how his crush, someone who's completely out of his league, who he's never spoken to, etc., right, is actually in love with him. At this point, right, Mason isn't about to correct this kid, right? Mason's not about to correct this kid because, he needs to be humbled, man. And Mason kind of believes at this point that reality will catch up with him and will humble him. Mason doesn't need to have any blood on his hands. He doesn't need to do any of the dirty work. He doesn't need Roblox Kid plotting against him because he hurt his feelings. Reality will take all of that. We'll take care of all of that for him. Anyways, right, so the Roblox Kid starts to explain to Mason about his master plan, about not the Technoblade master plan, not one that's actually going to work, right? But the master plan to get this girl to fall in love with him, which, like, why does he need a master plan when she's already in love with him? Don't ask me, dude. Anyways, right, so what you need to know is in this class, they had not a very large, but they had a project due the next day. In that project, they had to present in front of the entire class. And so basically, right, the Roblox Kid, he explains to Mason, the subscriber who sent in the story, you can send in stories too to my Instagram in the description. He explained to Mason that he was going to basically ask his crush out via his class presentation. And Mason was like, dude, you're going to fail the presentation if you do that. He's like, yeah, totally worth it, though. Like, I already have 100% in this class. Also a lie, but whatever. So the Roblox Kid explains to Mason the details of what he plans to do. And I'm not going to explain to you the details because I just want to tell you what actually happens without spoiling it. But let me just say that, Mason was sitting there and was like, no shot this kid actually does this. Like, that's insane. But he also thinks to himself, if this kid actually, the Roblox Kid, if he actually does this, right? If he actually does this, this is the instant humble. This is the instant karma. This is the thing that will bring him back to earth. This is what he needs, man. Just a little public humiliation is good for the soul. So Mason does something that maybe you guys might not be the biggest fan of. Maybe Mason wasn't the greatest guy on planet Earth for doing this, but I honestly don't blame him, and it does make it for a better story. Mason tells the Roblox Kid, hey man, that's a great idea. That's a great, do it, dude. Like, I'm 100% behind you. Yeah, you could argue that, you know, maybe kind of like set him up for failure, but look, I think this kid was going to do it either way. I don't blame Mason, and it makes it a better story, so even better content. You love to see it. Anyways, right, so the next day rolls around, and it's the project. And Mason is like one of the first people to present. He goes up and he gives his presentation, and he feels like he does a pretty good job. So anyways, he goes back to his seat, and since he's sitting next to the Roblox kid, he's like, hey, dude, are you actually like going through with it? And the Roblox kid's like, yeah, of course. And Mason's like, all right, dude, good luck. Kind of a little mean, but whatever, right? It's funny. It's funnier. It's better if it's funny. And also Roblox kid, low-key needed to be humbled a little bit, so probably for the better anyways. Anyways, so like, you know, Mason's sitting there listening to his class, you know, go up there, give some presentations, whatever. And yeah, eventually the teacher calls up the Roblox kid, and all of a sudden, it's the moment of truth. So the Roblox kid goes up there, connects his computer to like the projector, and what Mason sees on screen, oh boy. Oh boy, that's all I can say. Today's phrase is Roblox. So if you made it this far into the video, I'd like you guys to comment Roblox in the comment section down below. I'm going to try and heart as many comments as I can that say Roblox in them, or just say Roblox. That's actually easier if you just say Roblox, so I don't have to read it. Make sure you guys aren't saying something evil or whatever. I don't really know. Just know I'll probably be unpacking or moving into a new dorm / flying on a plane tomorrow, so I won't be able to get, and that's when this video is going up, so I won't be able to heart a ton of comments. I'm going to do my best, but don't take it personally if I don't get to yours. Also, today's your lucky day. Today's your lucky day, man. I don't know how to break it to you, but today is your lucky day. Because for every single person who leaves a like on today's video, they will actually receive their very own nothing in the mail. 2 to 3 days shipping, by the way. So once you leave a like on this video, you will receive your nothing in 2 to 3 days. Amazon shipping it. So if you have any complaints, bring it up to them, not me. Leave a like, 5,000 likes, and I'll cry myself to sleep. With that being said, back to the story. Anyways, right, so Roblox kid, he goes up to there, connects his computer, opens up his presentation, and you know what? For the sake of the story, I actually do need to give his crush a name. Let's call her Abby. Let's hope I remember that name. I do not have it written down right now. So he opens up his screen, and the first slide, it says, hello, class. And he stands up, he's like, hello, class. I have a very important announcement. And then he turns around and he goes to his computer and he clicks the next button. And on screen, it's a photo of Abby. The whole class is like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Roblox kid goes up there and he's like, looks at the photo of Abby. He's like, Abby, this is for you. And everyone's like, hey, yo, what the fuck? What? He's like, Abby, you so beautiful. I think you're the prettiest girl in the entire world. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Will you? Oh my God, I'm sick. I can't do this. Yeah, Abby. You're so beautiful. And I'm so handsome. We're perfect together. And he goes to another slide and it's like a photo of him. It's like under it, it says like 10 out of 10. At this point, Mason's like, dude, okay, I know I said yes. I know I greenlit this, but I somehow feel responsible for this tragedy. Not for Roblox kid, right? Mason didn't feel bad for Roblox kid. He felt bad for everyone else in the room at that point, which, like, honestly, everyone else has a right to blame Mason partly for this. Eventually, Roblox kid, he clicks to the final slide, and he all it says on the slide is, it's like, will you be my ... And then he's like, Abby, will you be my... And then he clicks onto like another... Okay, it wasn't final slide. Sorry, I lied. And he clicks on the final slide and it says like girlfriend, but it's in this like really weird like fire font, like something that'd be like, haha, so lit, guys. Like something you'd say in like, I don't know, 4th grade or something with like, one of like the emojis with like the sunglasses and something. It's like it says girlfriend. He's like, girlfriend. And he's like, so Abby, you want to go out with me? And look, Abby, here's the thing. Very nice girl. But she also like will definitely speak her mind. She doesn't have a lot of filter. She doesn't have much of a filter. That's okay, you know? Especially if something like this just happened to you. I think you kind of have the right to say literally whatever you want. So small but very important detail I forgot to say earlier. Roblox kid kind of stank. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but he was a unhygienic young man. His cleanliness was definitely a 0 out of 10, even though his confidence was an 11 out of 10. And Abby kind of just ripped into him. Abby stands up in front of the whole class and goes, "I will never, ever go on a date with your stinky, unwashed little self." And Roblox kid was like, "Abby," no, I'm just kidding. At this point, right, Mason's just like, "Yo, I'm partially responsible for this, man. Like, this is partially on me. This is partially on me, dude. I feel kind of responsible." But no, the whole class is sitting there just like mouths wide open, like, "Oh my God, what? Huh?" At this point, right, Roblox kid is stunned. He's a deer in the headlights right now. And then he turns to Abby, he shuts his computer, and he's like, "Emmy, you're actually very mid. You're ugly. LLL ratio," and then he just like runs out of the class. Yep. Yeah, and kid failed the assignment, and he had to go to the principal's because you're not allowed to do stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. And yeah, he got humbled pretty fast, to say the least. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now go click on another video. Like, there's some videos on screen. Click them. Why have you not clicked?
From a kid who tries to use Robux in real life to a kid telling the teacher that Roblox was a country, these are the craziest Roblox kids ever. So in this first story, right, there is a Roblox kid who tells all of his friends that he is taking them out to the mall for a treat. This adventure to the mall will be on him, and it's going to be a big surprise, and it's going to be really cool for all of them. So obviously the subscriber and all of his friends are pretty excited for this because, I don't know, the kid says, like, there's a big surprise at the mall for all of them. I mean, if I was a kid his age, I'd be pretty excited myself. But anyways, right, so sure enough, the subscriber and all of his friends are excited to see why the Roblox kid has invited them to the mall, and they all tell their parents that the Roblox kid has invited them to the mall, so their parents drive them to the mall and drop them off. They're about like 12 to 13, so they're at the age where their parents are kind of okay with them being away by themselves for a little bit, but definitely not for too long of a time. So anyways, right, sure enough, the Roblox kid comes up to the subscriber and all of his friends and is like, "Hey guys, like, I want to let you guys know that I've been doing a lot of business, a lot of mogul moves. I'm quite a businessman myself, and I wanted to let you guys know that you see that toy store over there?" And they point to, like, I don't know, like Toys R Us before they went bankrupt or something like that, some kind of toy store, right? And all the kids are like, "Yeah." And the Roblox kid is like, "You guys can pick any toy in there, and I will pay for it." So first of all, right, the subscriber and all of his friends are immediately super excited. They're immediately super happy because, I mean, they're now able to get whatever toy that they want. This is a pretty good deal. This is pretty cool. But then immediately the subscriber afterwards kind of thinks to himself, "This is really cool, but is this like too good to be true cool? Like, this is great and all, but this just feels a little bit too good to be true." But at the end of the day, if someone's offering you a free toy and you're a kid, what are you going to do? Say no? So yeah, sure enough, the subscriber and all of his friends, they all rush into the toy store. They're going around, the subscriber finds something he likes, and they all make it to the front desk. So sure enough, they're all like walking up to the front of the toy store. They all find the Roblox kid, and the Roblox kid is looking so smug. He's looking so full of himself because, you know, he's the generous one today. He's the one who's buying all of them a gift because out of his generosity, he feels like it's time for him to give back, guys. It's time for him to give back. When in reality, he is, you'll see. So sure enough, they all get to the register, and they start ringing it up. And the subscriber watches as like 15 kids ring up toys. And they're not ringing up like a pack of Pokemon cards, which is like $5, which is still $5 is a lot for a pack of cards. They're ringing up like legit $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 toys. Like they find the craziest toys that their parents would never buy them. And if I don't know, man, if the Roblox kid says, "Hey man, I'm going to buy them," then they're like, "Okay, dude, Then here we go. So sure enough, they all go to the front and they ring up all these toys. The total is like legitimately $1,500. I don't think there's ever been a case at this store that a single person has rung up this much money, this many items. So sure enough, like the guy behind the cash register is kind of looking at them very suspiciously. Because I don't know about you, but I would definitely be suspicious if a bunch of like 12-year-olds came up to the front of a toy shop and rung up $1,500 worth of items. Like, I don't know about you, but I would be at least a little bit suspicious. So yeah, sure enough, right? The cash register, the cashier is like, okay, that's going to be $1,500. And he says it with kind of a confused look because it is $1,500. And he looks at the kids and he's like, okay, so are your parents here to pay for it? And all the kids, including the subscriber, they all turn over and they look at the kid, the Roblox kid, who promised that, he would be paying for all of this. And sure enough, the Roblox kid is like, no, that will be no problem. I will be paying for this. And the cashier kind of looks at the Roblox kid, looking at him like, bro, are you really going to be paying like $1,500? Are you sure? Are you positive that you will be paying $1,500 for these toys? Like, are you 100% certain that you will be paying $1,500? And the kid looks at him. He's like, yep, this will be me. And he goes in and he pulls out an iPad. And on the iPad, he brought his backpack to the store. On his iPad, he has Roblox. And he opens up Roblox. And everyone is so confused right now because they're like, okay, this kid literally just told us that we can have whatever item we wanted. And when he goes to pay, instead of paying, he pulls out his Roblox game. Like, bro, this might not be the time to be playing video games. This might be the time to, I don't know, pay for the thing you said you'd pay for. But sure enough, right, the Roblox kid, what he ends up doing is he pulls up his Roblox account and it says that he has 2,000 Robux. And he goes and shows the cashier and he's like, hey man, so I have 2,000 Robux. Well, this should be more than enough to cover it. And everyone is looking, all the kids are looking at the Roblox kid and they're just assuming, oh, this is a joke, right? Like he doesn't actually expect the cashier to accept Robux as a legal tendency, as legal tender. He doesn't actually expect the cashier to accept his Robux to pay for the $1,600 worth of toys, right? And that's when it all made sense to the subscriber. This kid didn't have $1,500. He had 1,500 Robux. And I think the kid must have assumed that there was a one-to-one conversion between this fake virtual currency that you can buy stuff on Roblox on and the actual US dollar. So sure enough, the cashier looks at this kid and kind of just gives him a long look of like, I know you don't know any better, but still, seriously? Like, seriously? So the cashier has to inform this kid that no, he cannot pay with Robux. Sorry to break it to you. Robux is not legal tender and he cannot pay with it. So the kid starts to realize that he cannot pay with his Robux. So he has to turn around and tell everyone that, hey guys, sorry to break it to you, but you got to turn around and put all the stuff you just got back. Yeah, all that stuff you just got out, you got to turn around and put it back. I'm sorry to say, it's almost like that episode of Scott's Tots from The Office. It's that one episode you watch once and you can never watch again. Yeah, so sure enough, he had to tell every kid to walk back and put back the toys. And yeah, for the rest of the 20 minutes before the parents came and picked them up, it was mad silent because everyone was pretty mad at the kid. I think the subscriber wasn't that mad because he realized it was a genuine mistake, but everyone else was pretty mad at this kid, and it was pretty funny. But if you thought that this Roblox kid was crazy, you weren't ready for the next one. So this all started one day in class. So basically, for some reason, there was a discussion going on. And the discussion entailed, I don't even know how this conversation came up. The subscriber doesn't remember how this conversation came up. But basically the question of, is Roblox real or not? And basically, there is a kid in the class who we're going to call the Roblox kid, who's basically arguing with the teacher that Roblox was a country. So yeah, they were talking about countries, and they were going over countries in Europe. And the Roblox kid was convinced that Roblox, the game he played, was based on a real country in Europe. So anyways, they were going on the map, and the teacher's like, hey guys, does anyone want to come up to the board and like write down 3 countries that you know exist in Europe? So someone would come up and they would write, I don't know, France, Italy, Slovenia, I don't know, something like that. And that's when the Roblox kid went up and was like, I don't know, Italy, Germany, Roblox. So everyone looked at the Roblox kid and kind of gave him a double take of like, are you sure you meant to write that, bro? Like, are you positive? When the kid wrote down that Roblox was one of his answers. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Roblox is not a country. It is, in fact, a name of a video game. But sure enough, the kid was very confident with his answer and kind of like walked back down like nothing happened. Half the class looked at the board confused, the other half kind of burst out a little bit into laughter, and the teacher must have had a son who played Roblox. He's like, hey, don't write down like funny jokes on the board. This is serious. Like, write down 3 countries, like erase this and write down a 3rd country if you can. And the Roblox kid legitimately looks at the teacher with this look of confusion, saying, I wrote down 3 countries. And the class laughs again, or at least the part of the class that laughed before. And the teacher's like, that's not funny. Like, Roblox is a video game. It's not a country. Come on now. I have a son who plays it. Don't think you'd be able to pull this a fast one beyond me. And the kid legitimately looks at this guy and is like, I don't know what to say. Roblox is a country. Like, I know it's a video game, but it's based off a real country in Europe. And the teacher is just looking at this kid, and the subscriber is just trying to realize the subscriber at first thought this kid was like pulling a prank on everyone by just how goofy this was. But apparently, this kid legitimately believed that Roblox was a real country in Europe. So sure enough, the teacher and the kid have this back and forth that legitimately lasts like 5 minutes of Roblox is not a country, bro. And then the kid's like, dude, Roblox is a country. And then the teacher's like, Roblox is not a country last time I checked. And once again, the kid's like, no, Roblox is a country, and that is final, and that is a fact. And the teacher's like, no, it kind of goes back and forth like this for a while. And this is when the kid starts to get angry. And he starts yelling at the teacher, no, Roblox is a country. And at this point, the teacher's like, don't raise your voice at me. Look, you know what? How about this? If we go on the globe right now, because the teacher had a globe, like, you know, those like real life spinning globes or whatever. The teacher had a globe. So the teacher's like, you know what? All right, let's have a bet. If I go on here and I find that, you know, Roblox is actually on the globe, or if you can find Roblox is actually on the globe, then guess what? You get recess for the rest of class. And the kid's like, okay. And then like, what do you get? And the teacher's like, okay, if we look on this globe and we find that, you know, Roblox is actually not a thing, not an actual country, then guess what? For the rest of class, you need to write up a paper about how you're sorry for wasting the classes and my time. And the kid is like, yeah, okay, get ready to lose, bud. This kid was so confident for some reason. And he goes up to the front of the class. And he goes up to the globe. And he's looking at the globe. And he goes over to Europe. And he's like, I'm pretty sure it's next to France. And he looks next to France. And sure enough, Roblox, the country, does not exist. So he's like, actually, I was just kidding with you guys. Roblox is right next to Germany. And he looks next to Germany. He's like, Roblox is actually a Nordic country. And he goes up to like the Netherlands and Ireland, those places. He's like, actually, Roblox is a island off of, in the UK. It's off of Wales. And he looks over there and sure enough, Roblox is not an island off of Wales. He's like, Roblox is actually in Asia. And he's like, teacher, I totally messed up. So the Roblox kid looks at his teacher and says, teacher, I totally messed up. And the teacher's looking at him with this kind of smug look of, yeah, okay, bro, I know Roblox is not a real country. And the kid's like, so basically Roblox is actually in Asia. I'm sorry. Can I amend my bet? And the teacher's like, sure. Amend your bet to say that Roblox is actually a real country in Asia. Go ahead. So the kid is frantically looking all around Asia, and he doesn't find, he's like, actually, Roblox is a real country in Africa. My fault. The teacher's like, look there as well. And eventually, the Roblox kid, he doesn't say it's a real country in Australia or a real country in Antarctica or something like that, or North America. Eventually, the Roblox kid realizes that he's been wrong the entire time. And the Roblox kid sees that there's 10 minutes left of class, and he's like, I think this globe is outdated. And the teacher's like, nope, look at the date. And sure enough, the globe was bought 2 years ago. So the Roblox kid is starting to be in a stage of denial. He's like, no, you changed this globe last minute so that it wouldn't have Roblox, the country. And so the teacher's like, all right, well, we can use my computer and look up Roblox, the country. We can look up global maps that are updated daily and that I don't control. And if Roblox isn't there, then I win. And at this point, I think the Roblox kid realized that Roblox was not actually a real country, but he was just super stubborn. So he said, you probably just hacked the internet. And the teacher's looking at him. He's like, really? I hacked the internet? And this kid was just looking at the teacher. And this teacher was just looking at the kid, and they were just looking at each other. And the kid literally bursts out crying and runs out of the class.
Click on the video on screen right now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it, do it.